all been working very hard. Over the past 2 weeks, they've been learning a lot about all the different types of public speaking. We've been doing informative speeches, how-to speeches, extemporaneous debate, poetry recital. We have done it all here. They've really prepared themselves for this. What you're about to see is they've spent the past week researching and crafting their own persuasive speeches on a topic of their choosing. The only prompt that I gave them was to choose an issue that they really cared about, and their persuasive goal was to persuade people, the audience, to also care about it and to take action steps to solve it. So that is what you're about to see. They've all chosen these topics themselves and rehearsed carefully. So I know that they're going to do wonderfully, and I hope that you enjoy them as much as I do. Okay, so we are going to start off with Arielse.
Not that those who are right here, right now, in this room. Me, myself, as one of those who live on the earth, am a stakeholder. I care about the environment as much as I care about my own home, as everyone should. According to the blog of the United Nations, environmental destruction has already caused more than 100 million people to live in areas where they are at risk in air pollution. In addition, according to The Guardian, the freshwater availability has halved since the 1950s. Imagine a life without water. It is almost impossible to survive more than a week. And that is the exact direction we are going towards. According to the World Count, 25% of coral reefs have already disappeared, and 60% of it is expected to be gone in just 30 years. This is a horrifying number. We are breaking the ecosystem, and humans will certainly get affected in the future, not far from the present. We, the humans, are using 1.5 of the Earth's resources, while the truth is, we only have one. We are cutting down trees and polluting oceans, and we are using up now renewable resources. There is only one Earth, and we have no other choices except for the Earth for us to live in. We are mercilessly robbing the Earth of its resources and are not thinking for our future generations. Because of the unreasonable way we're destroying the Earth, our sons and daughters, our grandsons and granddaughters, will one day come to the world, a world that will become a wasteland of trash, of the harms that the current generation has done ourselves. They will come to the world knowing that their own lives are at risk because their parents and grandparents has been destroying their homes. They might come to the world without all those great things we're enjoying right now. Without fresh water, without all those beautiful tourist attractions awarded by the nature, and without the clear blue sky that so many poets wrote about. Think for descendants. Think for our world. And think for ourselves. Stop the destruction to the earth and stop wasting resources. Thank you.
Hi everyone.
they will use less animals for experiments. All in all, we should try and lessen the amount of animals being used for experiments because animals and humans are different. Drugs that pass with animals won't necessarily work on humans. Experiments that include animals are way more expensive compared to the alternative testing methods. Moreover, they are less effective too. We can help lessen the amount of animals being used in experiments by only looking out for animal cruelty products. Last but not least, animals has a life too. Thank you.
Next up we have Tasman.
Ernest Gaines once posed an interesting question. Why is it that as a culture, we are more comfortable seeing two men holding guns than two men holding hands? We live in a world where everyone is fast to judge. Everyone thinks they know, but we are not born intelligent. We are not born sexist, racist, homophobic, judgmental, and so on. We choose to become these labels. We choose to discriminate others. We are taught to hate. We are taught to hate in a world that desperately needs more love. So today, I will be talking to you about the discrimination queer people all across the globe face. In the US alone, 75% of students have no state laws to protect them from discrimination, based purely on their sexual orientation. 97% of students in public schools report regularly hearing homophobic remarks. This will help you imagine the number of adolescent suicides happening because of this matter. Being visible should never leave them feeling miserable. They exist too. Even if every single one of us in this room are different, at the end of the day, we're all humans. Only recently did Taiwan join the group of countries that legalize same-sex marriage, making it the first of Asia to do so. It is not true that homophobia is no longer an issue. Only 4 out of 10 LGBTQ youth say that they live in a safe and accepting community. Queer people are still 3 times more likely to experience depression. Those numbers need to change. So, you may be wondering, why am I so passionate about this topic? The truth is, I'm just 13. I'm no expert. But I do know that this is something I care about. Because I'm lucky enough to live in a place where I'm accepted for who I am. But I know that not everyone is as fortunate as me. A while ago, I made a promise not to wear a skirt or a dress for a month in the name of equal rights and gender equality. Because I believe that you should be able to express yourself however you wish, regardless of your gender or sexual identity. As I prepared for my first dance, full of nervousness, knowing I would be the only girl in the suit, I found myself turning once again to Emma Watson's famous question. If not me, who? If not now, when? So today, I encourage you to be brave. I encourage you to speak out for what's right. I encourage you to be a voice for the voiceless. Because, in the words of Martin Luther King Jr., our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. I encourage you to never stay silent, and to be proud of who you authentically are, no matter how scary it seems. Thank you.
Next up we have Bruce.
Tigers, pandas, blue whales. What does all these animals have in common? could be an alternative future. And I'm today to tell you how the cloning technology will be able to provide us that alternative future. Right now, species extinction is happening 1,000 times faster than normal because of human activities. We, in the past, have already put 1 million species of plants and animals at the risk of extinction. Even though we have put a lot of effort and money into the method of preserving these species, we haven't seen much apparent results. By the time we are able to perfectly preserve the environment and help those species, the species that are endangered today would have gone extinct already. And this is why we need something that is fast and effective. Scientists are now working on cloning technologies. Cloning technologies have many benefits on endangered animals. It can not only help the animals maintain their population, it can also increase the species' genetic complexity. The more complex the gene are, the species will be more durable against harmful genetic mutation and harmful diseases. This means that cloning technology will be able to decrease the species' death rate. Now, many scientists are putting their effort into developing cloning technology. Apart from Dolly the sheep, there have been many significant breakthroughs. Scientists are now able to create clones with only closely related domesticated species. In 2008, Lee of the Seoul National University in Korea were able to create 3 healthy gray wolf clones with only domesticated dogs. And all 3 of those clones were able to survive to adulthood. Even more impressive, scientists have already made huge progress on cloning endangered species. In 2011, a research team in the Scripps Research Institute in California were able to produce stem cells from the skin cells of 2 endangered species, a white rhino and a baboon-like primate. These stem cells can be transformed into viable eggs that are able to produce healthy clones. And right now, a group of researchers in Brazil are collecting DNA samples of animals. Their idea is one day we might be able to use these DNAs to bring back the endangered and even extinct species. Scientists have stated that if clone technologies can be brought to public attention, anything that can be done to save these species would be done in 10 years. And this is where we come into the pictures. All of us sitting in this room may not be scientists. We might not be able to collect the DNA from animals. But we can work together and save these animals in our own way. When we started to care about the cloning technology and bring it to public attention, we could save all these species once and for all. One day, when people and you and me hear about cloning technology, it won't be just some science fiction or Dolly the sheep. One day, when our next generation will be able to live in a world where tigers, pandas, and blue whales can roam freely in the wild. Let's work together and save these magnificent creations that Mother Nature gave us. Thank you.
Next up we have Teo.
Imagine the East Coast underwater. Is that what we as a society start to care about climate change? When 105 million people lose everything, and when the U.S. loses a major economic zone? Or when a small island in the Pacific with less than 100 people goes underwater? Because 2.4 billion people live within 6
go through the same process that thousands of dairy cattle are going through today. If you didn't know, dairy cattle go through a very abusive and cruel process just to produce some milk. It all starts off once a year when they're forcibly bred through artificial insemination, which is the forceful breeding of cattle using frozen sperm. After they are bred and give birth to their calf, they have immediate bond with their calf. But the calf is separated 2 to 3 days later. After the calf is separated and they have that bond, it causes extreme distress to both the cow and the calf. If the calf is a male, it is sold to the veal industry and is slaughtered after a few miserable months of life. If it's a female, it grows up to be a dairy calf, just like its mother. It has to want to go eggs. That's not even where the real abuse begins. Every day, the cattle are perfectly scared because they produce more milk when they're stressed. And after that, they are milked painfully of their milk. According to Keto, they produce 4.5 times more milk in a dairy farm than they usually will for their calf. And after 4 miserable years of this process, instead of being set free on the pasture, they are slaughtered for low-grade feed. To show how small this is, a normal cow's lifespan is 20 years. Now you might be wondering what you can do to help. It's simple, but not easy. Do not eat or drink dairy products. I know it sounds hard, but you can do it slowly. Start off first, maybe by not drinking milk on the weekends, and then not drinking milk on the weekends, not Mondays. Or you can start off with one dairy product, don't eat cheese. Now if you use that, don't eat cheese and don't drink milk, and so on. Now I know what you're saying. If I help, or if I don't help, it doesn't really make a difference, because I'm only one person. So I'm fine, I just want help. But this is not true. Everybody has the same thought process. And if you don't help, you will still be supporting this abuse. And also, everybody has processes. Nobody will help. And you can also tell your family and friends about the abuse and ask them to help too. You also might be thinking that milk is a good source of calcium. You need to subscribe. But there are many other sources of calcium, including mineral water, whey protein, oranges, and even sardines. Thousands of cattle go through this abusive process every day just to produce their milk. And it is very cruel. We need to stop this, not just talk about it, but do something. Thank you.
Next up, we have Makenzie.
Capital punishment cannot be justified in any society calling itself civilized. Power is in it. This may be a hard and sensitive topic for some, but this is something that happens often, and I believe it should be abolished in every state. The death penalty is still legal in 30 states. According to ACLU.org, since the colonial times, over 14,000 people have been legally executed. There are about 3,500 people on death row today. More than 40% are African American, many are mentally disabled, and the minorities are Native American, Latino, and Asian, most of which are poor. More than 20 people since 1992 have been released from death row. The Death Penalty Information Center published a list of 10 inmates that were executed but possibly innocent. I'm sure there's more. And 144 prisoners have been exonerated, proven innocent, while on death row in the U.S. This shows that people will be getting killed for crimes they didn't commit. Now I know I would want one of my family members or friends to get the death penalty no matter the crime committed, and especially if they were innocent. I'm sure you all feel the same. There is definitely an alternative to this, incapacitation. 37 states allow juries to give defendants life without parole instead. So, in 37 states, people's lives are getting saved, while in the other 30, people are constantly dying as a punishment. When rapists are found guilty, their consequence is to get raped. And when arsonists are found guilty, they don't get their houses burned down. So why should murderers get punished with the death penalty? Some people, professional executioners, will commit a murder and hope to get caught and executed. These are self-destructive individuals. Many people think that capital punishment is a way for victims' family members to get justice, but it should not be used as retribution. No one deserves Will the death penalty ever be abolished in America? I'm sure it will. I hope it will. We need you to make a change. Signing petitions and protesting are some ways to make it, for the government to make it illegal. Minorities are being discriminated only against the death penalty. Lives are being lost only to get found innocent after the fact. If our pledge says that America is one nation, why isn't capital punishment abolished everywhere?
My brother, Max Wilson, is a genius, but standardized tests aren't able to recognize that. Hi, my name is Audrey Wilson, and today I will be telling you why I am against standardized tests. Standardized tests were created in the sense that everybody learns the same way. Wrong. There are 7 broad categories of learning styles. There is visual, auditory, verbal, physical or kinesthetic, logical, social, and solitary. I am a visual, so to understand things, I have to write out my thought process. My brother is a kinesthetic learner. He uses his hands or anything tangible to get a deeper understanding of the topic. This is an example of why standardized tests are not measurable and inaccurate. Standardized tests were also not created with the thought of external factors. Imagine your child coming home with a failing grade on a standardized test. Now, consider the following. Last night, one day before the test, your child didn't get home until 5 o'clock because of an extracurricular or sport. Because of, additionally, you and your significant other got into a fight. And on top of all that, the child still had homework to do. In fact, 2 hours worth. Activities like this can cause stress or anxiety on the student. These are the types of things standardized tests can't recognize. There's a new idea that teachers should no longer teach for the sake of learning, but for the test. In fact, a recent dropout of Harvard created a company to do just the opposite. The company, Embolus, puts a specially designed test together so each individual can have a correct experience. Rebecca Cantor, the founder of Embolus, once said, standardized tests only measure what you know, not what you are capable of. So, standardized tests are all wrong. Standardized tests don't accept different learning styles, they don't consider external factors, and they're encouraging teachers to teach to the test. Now, my brother, Max Wilson, would like to be known as the 5th grade dropout. Not because he would be a quitter, but because standardized tests are broken. He makes an M for Max, but when it comes to Wilson, he flips his paper around and writes another M because of his dysgraphia. That's not standard. It's genius.
Now we have Audrey.
American teenagers have a phone time of 6.5 hours per day. That's close to their average sleep time. As a teenager myself, I'm very worried about my peers. Things have to change. and now it's up to you. Create a healthier future for this world by installing simple habits in your everyday lives. Try not looking at your phone an hour before you sleep tonight, and increase that time every day. Try replacing phone time with other activities such as sports or reading. I hope that parents can also support us in following these actions to stop teen phone addiction. So teenagers, the next time you find yourself spending hours and hours a day on your phone, think, is depression and anxiety really what I want in life? Because at the end of the day, you're responsible for your own actions. Thank you.
Good day. So, I was very interested in religion ever since I took this class called PRS, which stands for Philosophy and Religious Study. So I was fascinated by each of the religion. However, while I was learning about Christians, I came across a war called the Crusade. The Crusade were a series of religious wars between Christians and Muslims, starting firmly to secure the holy sites considered sacred by both groups. Also, people are divided from family because of religion. In 1975, religious issue conflicts was at 0, and in 2015, it was at 33. Non-religious conflict, however, stayed the same. As you can see, religious issue conflict had increased significantly. So, what is religion? As Emil Durkheim said, a religion is a unified system of belief and practice relative to sacred things, that is to say, things and practice and which unite in one single moral community, called a church, all those who adhere to it. But religion is very complex, and many people have different perspectives. So there isn't an actual meaning for two words, and there is an actual meaning for religion. However, I think religion is a belief. It is where people believe in something bigger than themselves. Since we have the same Father, which is God, we are technically brothers and sisters, which means we must help one another, support each other, not fight. As Emil Durkheim said, we are a single moral community. We share the same belief. No matter what religion you are in, we are all human. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to have a discussion with you at this beautiful hall. Today, I'm going to talk about something I believe many of you guys are already familiar with. But this planet. We have already harmed our mother nature so much, and it's time to stop. You don't need to do anything that is complicated to get started. Just write a letter to your local representative, recycle and buy recycled products, or even just plant a tree in your backyard. All these little things could make this competition better. Don't ruin our future for the immediate benefit. I believe if everyone takes some action, this planet could be a better place. Thank you.
Next up, we have Camilla.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Camilla and today I'll be speaking about human trafficking. Human trafficking is the trade of human beings. People who are human trafficked are affected mentally and physically. An example of human trafficking is the case of Carla Jacinto. As I was reading news articles and CNN, I stumbled upon her case and I was very broken about it. Her harrowing story made me think about the problem of human trafficking. Carla Jacinto, a sweet, innocent girl, was exploited for sex and labor. She was brought into a basement and locked into a cage. She was raped about 45,000 times by 30 different men. Because Carla was treated in such an inhumane way, she tried to escape with it, and unlike many, she was able to. Carla is living proof that human trafficking is one of the world's biggest issues. Human trafficking is the fastest growing criminal industry. According to Human Trafficking Hotline, 30 million people are victims. 80% of the people are women and children, and the other 20% are men. These people are extracted for organs, sold into marriages, forced for labor, and exploited for sex. Unfortunately, human trafficking will continue to grow if we do nothing about it. There are many ways in which you can curtail human trafficking. One way is by spreading awareness. You can host an informal event or post it on your social media. And another way is checking if the products you buy don't have a slavery footprint or involve forced labor. Many big brand companies such as Coca-Cola and Nestle use pure forced labor. They think that human lives should be trumped by making money. I will not stand to see this issue grow anymore. This issue stops here and now. Thank you.
Next up, we have Sam.
Imagine this. The world is getting destroyed daily. Droughts are happening as a common issue, and the only drinkable water resources are being polluted. Well, this is exactly what would happen if hydraulic fracking is not stopped. Hydraulic fracking or fracturing is a common issue discussed in many places. Though it has many benefits, this greatly damages our natural resources. Currently being a harmful way of extracting hydrocarbon energy, fracking can cause hazardous air quality. Hydraulic fracturing is a way of creating a well by the oil and gas industry. The drilling process starts with drilling horizontally, which, despite what it's called, is drilling vertically, or about 6,000 meters. After that, one would turn exactly 90 degrees and start drilling horizontally. This process makes it possible for the industry to target multiple areas of oil from one drilling pad. This also enlarges recoverable reserves and greatly increases the productivity. This procedure creates fractures in the shale formation, a fine-grained plastic sedimentary rock layer, in order for natural gas to be released and extracted. After that, a fracturing fluid is pumped in under high pressure. This will create fractures and enlarge the originals. The fluid pumped in consists mainly of quartz sand and water and 0.5 to 2% of other chemicals. This process is very effective and is way cheaper because lower
restaurants in the U.S. And while you wouldn't expect any of these restaurants to be able to make any real money because of how cheap the food is, there are 7 fast food chains that exist that are so popular they make more than $2 million per location. Of these 7, the 3 that top the list are Chick-fil-A, Krispy Kreme, and McDonald's. So, 3 of the most popular foods here are fried chicken, donuts, and burgers. I don't know about you, but I think that can say a lot about a country. I mean, it's no wonder that almost 40% of Americans today are obese. The average BMI for a person living in the United States is 28.8. For some perspective, a BMI of 25 and above classifies you as overweight, and a BMI of 30 and above puts you in the obese category. I'm no expert, but you don't need a PhD in food science or 10 plus years of school to see the effects of fast food on the world around me. I live here in America, so I see Taco Bell and Burger King in almost every city and town I go through. Sometimes I go inside because fast food is the only fast and convenient food you can get when you're driving around late at night. When I go inside these places, I see dozens of people seated around eating empty calories on top of empty calories. 1/3 of these people are overweight or obese. Will I be one of these people one day? I hope not, but looking at the numbers, the odds aren't exactly in my favor. According to the statistics, between my 2 brothers and I, one of us will be obese by the time we're adults, and with my luck, that's going to be me. American obesity rates are rising steadily and show no signs of stopping. But the U.S. isn't the only country being affected by the hundreds of thousands of fast food restaurants around the globe. Between 1975 and 2016, worldwide obesity has almost tripled. We have a problem on our hands, but part of the solution might be easier than we think. The only reason there are over 44,000 subways in the world is because we all keep them in business. But if we started eating less fast food, we'd have less fast food restaurants, less fast food being consumed, and less obesity. So, if every once in a while, late at night, you need to go inside of McDonald's because you need food and that's all there